My name is Dexter, and I manage a small clinical laboratory consulting company called Dash Lab Services.
I'm Danda Chapagai. I'm a postdoctoral research fellow at Center for Cancer Research, Massachusetts General Hospital and Harvard Medical School.
My name is Nicole Reilly. I am a senior scientist in the Translational Research Department at Cyteir Therapeutics.
My name is Corbin, and I am a translational and clinical scientist in Orlando, Florida. Started a company called Geeks That Speak. Integrity in science is by far the most important aspect of science, because if we're trying to solve a problem, we want to have the correct solution to the problem or the best solution to the problem.
Science is messy, right? Results every day are not going to be straightforward and clean. I think you need to be willing to be humble enough to ask questions, ask for help.
Integrity also means doing everything you can to not bias yourself.
I think too many times people get concerned with turnaround time and they rush things and the data gets sloppy, and it's understandable because we're all in a hurry and you get used to what you're doing. But I think slowing down and having checks and balances in place so that nothing slips through the cracks is really important.
Ideally, you have an external entity like a statistician do all the analyses, all the quality controls, and you do what we call you lock the data.
As scientists, when we want to make sure that our data is correct, and it's really about looking at the raw data and not making any changes.
That's it. No more changing it. The data are what they are.
And when we do any sort of comparisons or statistics or manipulations, that we're not changing the core results of the data.
Ask other colleagues their thoughts. If it means telling a customer, hey, this result's going to be delayed by an hour or a day because we want to make sure that it's correct, I think that's completely acceptable.
We don't want to throw away data just because it doesn't look the way that we want it to look or it's an unexpected result.
There is one example of bad science. Lots of scientists do cherry picking and change data to prove the hypothesis.
I think we really have to be very clear about what the data is telling us and just follow the data and not make any changes to the raw data and the raw answers that we're getting when we do an experiment.
And I think another piece of integrity is making sure that you communicate those results, you share those results, you make them available, you explain them to people from your grandma all the way to the chief scientific officer of a company and everything in between.
Most of the researchers don't do is they don't share their negative results. You need to share your negative result, whatever it is.
The science is of the people, right? It's for the people. It's funded by oftentimes government entities.
You need to avoid any conflict of interest, or if you cannot avoid that conflict of interest, at least you need to disclose that, I get the funding from this company XY.
So it's something that needs to be shared so that we can use it, right? Because what's the point of doing all this work if we're not going to use it?
Utilizing resources, even in terms of hardware, software, physical supplies in the lab, and even if that means spending a little more money so that things are expedited quicker or results are at a much higher quality level. I think that's all part of the puzzle with regards to upholding the integrity of the data.